Okay, good morning. Okay, there's an alleged report, flying on social media that the ECOWAS president and whether it's a clone or a fake Buhari, another Buhari arrested in Nigeria, and there's a big confusion, right now as regards Buhari, death. A lot of people have come out and said, what is Tinubu's what is Buhari's lineage or linkage with Niger Republic? We know when he was president, he built a railway to Niger Republic.
He actually said it while he was still president of Nigeria, that immediately he leave position of power, that he's going to relocate to Nigeria, and that was why we saw to an extent he was busy buying different cars, building houses in there, to an extent he built a personal mansion there. But to our surprise, and we never had hear any time in the history that when he moved to Daura, either he split in and split out again. But the surprising thing is that, immediately, within a short space of time, we saw Bola Ahmed Tinubu handing over to the new ECOWAS leader, chairman, president, no matter how you call it, for Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio. So, and
was he happy when he handed over?
We don't know whether he was happy because the Western powers insisted that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not been able to deliver what they asked him to do, especially, and that's why Macron ran away from him. Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot have access to Macron again, and look at what is happening now. The Trump is already fighting him, with a lot of things now. I'm meaning that Tinubu is totally disorganized, and that is why he went hidden for a few days. But the breaking news that was when Buhari autopsy, and there is undergoing crisis in London government clinic. Let me put it that way. We are hearing that another Buhari, has been arrested in Niger Republic under this very president of ECOWAS from Sierra Leone, whom Tinubu actually handed over to, who is Julius Maada Bio. What to say us what is actually going on, and from what we're hearing, it's like the guy is on his way, to Nigeria before he was, intelligence spread, and the ECOWAS standby force intelligence unit. I don't know how they operate, but from there he got apprehended, and because if you look at him, it looks like there's nothing different. And that is why this woman has been crying that he doesn't know where my husband is. I'm not sure. I cannot continue like this. And he has already said that with time, he's going to unveil, he's going to tell Nigerians the truth where his husband is. It's possible that the man he's talking about, a lot of things, because we have one to breathe, we have one Aminu. All of them, they say that for Sudan. But what we're hearing now, that the one that came into the country, is the one they took to London. But the real one just said that I'm relocating to Niger. Is the one now that got arrested. That's the problem we're having now, currently now. So there's controversy over, this Buhari death. We don't show people that, these guys can do anything for power. The Fulanis are desperate, and because without that, it's going to expose a lot of things concerning the Fulani presence in Nigeria. The Fulani, Nigeria have rejected anything that has to do with Fulani. And remember that Nigeria now is a Sahel nation, powered by the leader of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore. And now that Nigeria cannot be able to run over whatever happened in ECOWAS, we are seeing the secret now in Nigeria, that the man that have left Aso Rock in 2023 is in Niger Republic and has been arrested. And from what we are hearing now, let us believe that is true, it's not. Maybe it's a mistake, or even it's not a mistake, or it's being reported to be false, or whatever. But I can tell you, the ECOWAS standby force, who identified him, maybe possibly they have been trailing him based on report, investigation, that this man, they have built a lot of Buhari more than 3 times. That this one, after this one will come again and replace this one. After this one will come again and replace this one. This happened in the United States of America. under a president called Stallone, if I can remember, about how many years ago or thereabout, you know, and we saw it. It's real. So I don't know why Aisha Buhari keep insisting that the man he is seeing, that they stop her from having access to, you know, because of whatever has played out, is not my husband.
Not the husband.
Yes.
Because a lot of people said, do you not think they were divorced? You know, but although they are public figures, but do you not think they were divorced during, you know, when Aisha was in Dubai for close to 2-3 years? But Buhari was all alone then. So even at that one time, the nephew of Buhari in Douala and Aisha had to run from Asoro because there was a big, you know, issue there in Asoro. So do you possibly think that they were divorced? Maybe that's why she could not, or that's why they were not together.
It is a very serious thing, and it has attracted the international community. And I can tell you that Joe Biden said it very clearly that Buhari is actually dead 6 years ago, has been reported in that platform. You know, so Aisha Buhari, I also sensed something, and for him, for her not to be involved in what was building as at that time, he disappeared to Dubai. So it was that disappearance that they factored anything, brought so many factors inside. But let me tell you something, you know, women does not have that presence when it comes to, you know, religion, Islamic religion. They don't have that presence. So whatever they present to them, that's the one. He has come close, she has come close and fed the man that was presented to. The day Buhari left Abuja and was taken out by Daura and the rest of them, that was the last time he saw the husband. That was the last time. Then they got the first one. After like the end of 4 years of Buhari's tenure, they now brought this you know, man, Jubril from Sudan, who looked very handsome and a man of many parts. People are talking about, you know, who has memory loss, who can barely recognize anything. You know, he doesn't know the name of his ministers. He doesn't know the name of his aides, you know. But he's being briefed on daily basis what to do. And remember, the family too of Jubril in Sudan has been working tirelessly to make sure that they do not leave any stone unturned. They have to understand and be able to play along for the deal, for that very particular deal to work, until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu became a heavy threat to them and began exposing the atrocities surrounding the imposter as alleged in Nigeria that time as president. That was when the global Arabic manhunt for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu began, until that criminality was done in Kenya. But now, how would they justify that? Again, whether they are going to present the one that was reported to have been arrested in Niger Republic to Aisha to see whether he is the one that actually got married to him. So that's the whole thing. So you know that these people, they look similar. You know, and remember that the one that was in Aso Rock, Abidisho, you know, has always have a soft spot with Niger. We always talk about Niger, you know, supplying them, not knowing that another one has come to replace the one that we thought was heading to Daura. You see, and the real one now, the one that we are looking at, you know, another prototype has been picked in. So if the US government can confirm that this man is not in existence again, you know, and then what do you expect? The sea alone and the ECOWAS standby force and other this thing is making sure that maybe they're able to get more information, because this is a big deceit to the world. And if the world continues to keep silent on the issue that has to do with clone individuals, you know, because of political interest or whatever, or because of an agenda which you feel that that's the only way it can be rooted in Nigeria, well, I think to an extent, you know, it's an obstacle to them now, to the Fulani, the entire Fulani in Nigeria. And if care is not taken, that will be the beginning of Fulani exit final exit. If you see now, they are not having any beautiful romance with the Niger Republic. The Sahel nations have been attacked by the jihadists and all of them. So, and that was why they say this man that they picked, another one, they can never leave him. So I don't know, Tinubu now, everybody is in a state of, confusion. What is actually going on? You can see how the whole thing works. How can the entire head of state and presidency be in one hospital in London? Daura is there, Malami, Abu Salam is there. And you can remember also that the same Abu Salam was being reported to have been given his helicopter, to drop ammunition and food for Boko Haram inside forest, some forest, and we had it. So maybe that was where the whole thing was seen, and they started to carry out their deal. But unfortunately, the one that we are hearing that it has been picked in Niger Republic might likely expose them, and that's what we are hearing as Buhari is about to hit Daura, for identification.
Okay, let's not even forget, Shehu Gaba, Buhari's, aide came out to say that what when Buhari actually came back from UK when he was sick, the rats, was in his office, so many rats. That's why he could not access. But a lot of people were saying this Buhari could not, the fingerprint was not working for him to access his office. But do you not think that everything is coming to limelight as regards, what Nnamdi Kanu was saying back then, that Nnamdi Kanu was dead? Do you not think
the documents or the deal that was signed about these people is still in Abba Kyari's office today? And since that time Abba Kyari died, and nobody has been able to break inside that office and been able to find out and lay hand on some of these documents that are in a very big gun-proof, waterproof, fireproof protection box inside Abba Kyari's office. Let them bust that office and see what is actually there. If what Garba Shehu is saying is true, that he used it to deceive Nigerians and he's not been arrested, nobody is questioning him for anything, he said there is something going on. Now we need to understand. So very clearly you can see where this thing started. It was well planned, it was well calculated, and all the loopholes now, is what so many people are battling to understand what actually played inside. So you can see the mistake now. People are asking, how come? Well, Garba Shehu has come to tender apology and apologize to Nigerians or whatever it is. Nigerians are not ready to listen. They are going to face the consequences of criminality and calamity they committed against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody that's involved will know. Unfortunately, I do not know why this thing is happening now and why Femi Adesina Malami is not on the radar. These people are supposed to be on the radar because I can remember at every point in time, Femi Adesina and Malami both said about how they were able to carry criminality, among the nations of the Commonwealth, bridging gaps, destroying friendship, invasions, just because they want a Fulani agenda, because they want Nigeria to be Islamized. And unfortunately, to an extent, there has been resistance, continuous resistance, continuous roadblock to that effect. And that is why the United States of America is saying at this point that now they have not been able to find anything, and it looks as if everything is pointing that actually that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu need to be released for them to find out where and how this man was cloned, buried in a shadow grave in Saudi Arabia.